Alright, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and we're going to do Cyberpunk on the 4080 Super. So, let's go ahead and get into this. This video is specifically for C5 because he will not stop making the dumbest freaking comments on the earth. So we are going to show you guys exactly what the 4080 Super is all about when you run this game without all of the other stuff. So we're going to look at this. We're definitely going to try everything. We're going to go from native 1440p resolution with none of the other stuff, just like I did on the 7900 XT. We're going to make sure all of these settings are kind of lined up, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to check this out. So we got that applied. We've got this applied at 1440p, my friends. So let's go ahead and continue right into the game. And immediately, you should notice that when it comes to the good old just freaking rasterized performance, oh man, it looks like the 7900 XT is actually beating this game in pure rasterization. So we'll walk around here for a minute and kind of let you guys see. We'll get some of this frame rate stuff going. No frame generation, no DLSS to save it, nothing like that. We'll go ahead and check this out for a minute like we did with the other one. Pretty much in the same spot. And then we'll get to just how much better the ray tracing is on this card. Because when I was looking at this earlier, I was like, oh boy, dude, that's literally 20 frames. So no ray tracing right now yet. Rasterized performance is pretty like whatever. For 1440p native with no freaking ray tracing, this is what you get. No ray tracing. This is 1440p with no ray tracing, guys. Let that sink in. Like, this is no ray tracing. If we were to do this at 4K, that would be even worse, man. Like, look at this. This is at freaking 1440p on a 4080 Super, a $999 card, and C5 spent what? He's got the 4080 Super, so he spent significantly more money than on that 7900 XT that I bought for like 840 bucks. Okay, so we're gonna come back over here across the street. Now we're going to get back into the settings. We're going to go over here. We're going to stay at 1440p, obviously. And now we're going to go all the way to Ray Tracing Ultra, just like we did with that one. We're going to turn that off. No frame generation, but we'll leave all of those on, and we will turn on our Psycho, because I'm pretty sure that's what I had. At least I hope I did, because this is why I don't do benchmarks, because these are freaking annoying. So we're going to resume, and that is going to put us, with all of our ray tracing on, I think we were, what were we getting, like 40 frames or something with the 7900 XT with just the regular ray tracing on. So if I remember correctly, we're getting a total of like right around 17 more frames. We're getting 17 more frames, so that is good that this is still holding pretty close to 60 frames a second. So obviously there is some power in there to hold that up there for the NVIDIA card. Obviously we didn't lose a whole lot of performance, but now we have the ray tracing. So we're going to go back this way because there was more stuff ray tracing this way. Let me pull out my gun and run around with the gun like I did on the other one. So we're still under 60 frames a second without DLSS or any of that stuff. So I mean, we're about 20 frames higher. 20 frames for significantly more money. Significantly more money than the 7900 XT can be bought for right now. Significantly more money. Like, that is a lot more money for this. And then you get, I mean, obviously you get your ray tracing, which is looking good. Nice and good. So The ray tracing looks fine. It looks fine on the other card too. I mean, I'm not noticing a massive difference in visual quality whatsoever. They look pretty dang the same to me. Let's see, can we get across this road without getting ran over? Sometimes we can. So we come over here and we just walk around. Like, yeah, this is slightly better with ray tracing without any kind of upscaling like this. Yeah, but it's not that big of a freaking difference. Like, this game still, the way it feels and plays or whatever. Yeah, for the amount of money that I paid for this card over my 7900 XT, this is slightly, you know, the way these guys make the ray tracing performance sound is just ridiculous. They make it sound like you're getting this incredibly better performance. So if you want better performance, you have to go into settings, and then obviously we have all of that off, but we'll go ahead and, for the sake of things, we will put this in the quality mode, because DLAA pretty much leaves it the same. We'll come down here. Yeah, we still got Psycho. We'll apply that. And then when you resume, now you can get 90 frames a second when you utilize DLSS. So if you use DLSS, then you get a better frame rate, obviously. So, I mean, but you also get a better frame rate when you utilize FSR or XESS. Now, and it's still, look at that, a little bit more than 20 frames a second higher than what you're getting on the AMD card. It's literally 20 freaking frames. So now if we were to go ahead and go back into our settings, and we'll put this thing at ray tracing overdrive quality, and then we'll still leave frame generation off for this one, but we will switch that over to Psycho, and then boom, because I think I was turning on Psycho. I remember turning that on. So now we are right back to our 50 frames. And I think it was, what was it, like 20 frames or something? Like, this is using quality. So, I mean, obviously that's good. I'm not saying that that's not good. But if we go in here, the settings, and then we take, gosh, what did I do? Oh, yeah, let's turn this off first. I wanted to show you guys the performance with just path tracing without any of that. So, I think it was 20 frames on the freaking AMD card. Like, you can get like 20 frames, and this here you don't even barely get like 30 frames until you turn on DLSS, and then you can get up to close to 60 frames. And I mean, I locked the frame rate at 30 frames a second and turned on this mode with FSR, and then I turned on the frame generation to smooth out like some of the frame and stuff, so that it didn't look as bad. So yeah, obviously this looks good. It looks the dang same. So let me go ahead and turn back on the resolution scaling DLSS to quality, and then if we go ahead and turn on frame generation and then apply this, and then we look at that. Now you can get this, and you know, the funny thing is though, when you turn on frame generation, oh look, you lose that sharpness to the image, and then everything looks blurry, and not blurry but like smudgy. It looks soft, and it doesn't look sharp and crisp anymore. You don't get the sharp, crisp reflections and stuff anymore. Now everything just looks like it's bathed in Vaseline. Not like a thin layer of Vaseline, not like a thick layer of Vaseline, but a thin layer of Vaseline across all the image quality now. But yeah, you do get a more fluid experience with all the path tracing and everything else with that. But okay, so look right here, and now we're going to turn off frame generation again, and you're going to instantly notice that it's a sharper, cleaner looking image. It doesn't look all Vaseline-y. but I mean, you got a lower frame rate, and now you got a little bit sharper freaking overall quality, whereas you don't lose that sharpness quality when you're using AMD's fluid motion frames. Like, you don't. You just get to keep all of your beautiful freaking image sharpness and everything when you're utilizing that. So I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you, C5. You want to try to make a big deal about NVIDIA's ray tracing. Well, you know what? A lot of the games I play are rasterization, and it seems like AMD beats this card pretty often. And this card was significantly more money. And I still get a better overall experience on the games that I like to play. But yeah, games like this definitely have an advantage for the 4080 Super when you turn on ray tracing and DLSS and all of that stuff. Yeah, you definitely got an advantage on this. So how many of these games are out versus how many of the games that I like to play when it really comes down to it? So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.